Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here with another video on Stargirl Season 3, and this is going to be a trailer breakdown for the finale for Season 3, and what we're led to believe is the series finale. It's the last ever episode of Stargirl, otherwise entitled The Reckoning, which in turn might actually be my last ever video on Stargirl once the review comes out. That's a wait and find out, but let's watch the trailer before we talk about anything else.
Where's Pat?
Pat's gone.
So last episode had one of the best reveals that Stargirl's ever done, if not one of the better ones in a DC TV show, when we finally got answers explained around how the hell Sylvester's back, who the hell is Ultra Humanite, what's the plan, who's the villain team up, what's exactly going on. So much is revealed, but the big thing leading into next episode is that Sylvester this entire time, Starman this entire time, since we saw him at the end of season 1, showing up to Pat's apartment, that has been the Ultra Humanite. That has been the Ultra Humanite who we, for like what, a few episodes now, have been led to believe was the gorilla, because that's what it's like in the comics. But that's the beautiful thing when you adapt a TV show or adapt a comic for TV or even a movie, is that you can do those misdirects and they still work perfectly and they still make sense and they still line up with the character. So Ultra Humanite's brain is in Sylvester's body. I guess Sylvester's brain is in that grave, but yeah, because of the cosmic energy and stuff, his body stayed intact, so he was a perfect body for that brain to go into, and then he can connect with the staff and everything. He can be all-powerful, and we learned that in the gorilla, who we thought was Ultra Humanite, is Dragon King. So Dragon King is technically back alive after, you know, his death back in season 1. You can't get rid of him, can you? But yeah, this sets up one hell of a finale, and also we got to remember that Pat is 6 feet under. Will he survive? Is he dead? That's a wait and find out. But of course, before we get into the breakdown of this trailer and talk about this finale, we'll go over the synopsis for the episode. It does, in some cases, give us a bit more context. In this case, probably not so much, but we'll still go over it nevertheless. But of course, throughout the video, be sure to let me know in the comments section down below what you're looking forward to most in this episode, what catches your eye, any sort of little things in the trailer and stuff that I might have missed or I might be unsure about, which I'll mention. Let me know your thoughts down there in the comments and all that. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video, you're looking forward to this episode, the potential end of Stargirl, why not drop a like on the video to show support and excitement. The final showdown. Courtney and the JSA find themselves in the fight of their lives against their biggest threat yet. So yeah, this is the final episode ever. That's how we're going into it. It's the final episode ever. It was cancelled by the CW. However, and this is a confusing thing that many have brought up, it says season finale in the trailer. Other shows that have been cancelled ahead of the show ending, even if it's like the week or two before ending, they have their series finale and they get that news that it's cancelled, they still say series finale. Tom Swift said series finale in their final trailer not too long ago, earlier in the year. Now, obviously, don't take that as like false hope that there is a secret renewal for Stargirl coming on like HBO Max or something. But it is weird. I'm going to assume that maybe the promos and trailers were made well in advance, like a couple of months ago, before the news came out that the show was not coming back for a 4th season. It's very important to remember Stargirl finished filming ages ago, and it just took a while for the show to come out because it had to fit in, like other shows had to end. But I don't know, maybe they were just made because, you know, that far back they include season finale because at that point they weren't too sure if the show was coming back for a 4th season or not. But surely you would fix this little thing up. I don't know, just a weird thing that a lot of people are noticing and getting confused about and wondering, hold on, shouldn't it say series finale? But in regards to the actual trailer itself, it does start with Courtney and also the other JSA members all suited up, facing up to Ultra Humanite Starman. That's what I'm going to call him, Ultra Humanite Starman, because he's not Starman, and he's technically not just Ultra Humanite, he's Ultra Humanite Starman. And I guess he's with his new ISA gang of sorts, with the first thing we hear being Courtney asking, where is Pat? With her learning that he is quote-unquote gone. Now, I personally just don't think they're going to kill Pat off. I think Pat was and is just too important to the show and corny, and I think it'd just be such a weird thing to have killed him off. Even if this was a series finale heading into it and they knew about it, I think it'd be a really weird thing. I think it's just going to be one of those things where he's just incapacitated, and I think we're going to get someone swooping in to save the day for him. Or maybe it's like a like it's an agreement that's, I guess Ultra Humanite Starman will say, okay, this is where Pat is, and you tell me what this, this information and give me this stuff, everything like that. So it might be a bit of like a deal, and she gets to know where Pat is, and someone goes off and saves him. Now, in regards to this, new ISA, if you want to call it, that Ultra Humanite Starman has alongside him, it does look like to be Cameron and Jordan McCants on the right there, and then I think on the left, I think it's Grandma and Grandpa McKent. I can't 100% tell because no one there is Ultra Humanite. You can tell from the distance that none of them are Ultra Humanite. So he's there in this battle by the looks of it in the other parts of the trailer, but he's not lining up there. But I can't 100% tell if it is Grandma and Grandpa McKent, but that's just what it looks like to me. But because I'm not 100% sure, let me know if you see it as someone else there. At first I thought maybe it was Dragon King, but I was like, well, he's missing his brain. That's within Ultra Humanite, just so they put like Pat's brain in Dragon King or something. And then if that was the case, why would he be siding with Ultra Humanite Starman? Because he would still know that he's a dickhead. So sorry for swearing, but it's a last trailer breakdown, may as well include it. Now, if you think it's someone else, let me know because I just can't tell. But essentially, it looks just to be Ultra Humanite Starman with the McKents. All four McKents: Grandma, Grandpa, Daddy in Jordan, and little boy, son in Cameron. That looks like who he's hanging out with. And that's who Courtney and the JSA will be fighting right here. So, yeah, we're getting the big... I guess this whole season has really been, for the most part, the JSA versus the McKents, and now we're really getting the build-up to it. The interesting thing is that in this trailer, we do see, like, Cameron versus Rick, and I am just really curious to see what makes Cameron side here if he knows exactly what's going on. Now, I think the big thing here is how Jordan presents the information about Ultra Humanite and everything like that. Because last episode is like, I think Ultra Humanite killed Mr. Dysinger, so let's go get him and we'll hand him in. Is he gonna try and push it that like one of the JSA is Ultra Humanite or something like that? Because Ultra Humanite's standing right next to him and he's fighting alongside him. So that's going to be an interesting reveal. But we do get Cameron versus Rick, and you even see like when I think Cameron shoots Rick away, even Jordan's there and like does another ice attack on him. Obviously Rick's issue is going to be a thing that's going to have to be brought up. But he just might have to fight. You still got the hourglass. It seems like it's an issue when he doesn't have the hourglass. So I think he should be okay to fight. We do get Starman or Ultra Humanite Starman versus Stargirl. I think this is going to be the coolest fight of them all because really, and I think I said this in my review for last episode, it's pretty much the battle for the Cosmic Staff. It's really the battle for the Cosmic Staff because I think, based off what we can tell, the Cosmic Staff is so loyal to Starman, regardless of, even if the staff knows that that's not actually Sylvester, that it still sides with whoever appears to be Starman. So this is going to be a really interesting battle. I just don't know how Courtney's going to be able to deal with it. Unless it's more about like harnessing that cosmic... Like they could literally do something where they both grab the staff and they both gain the energy off that. And then there's maybe a battle that, stems from that. But yeah, Courtney's definitely got an uphill battle just because she's not in control of the staff. Now, as I said, we do see not Ultra Humanite, the Gorilla. I keep saying Ultra Humanite just because it's the comic. So we see the Gorilla or Gorilla King? I don't know. He's not a dragon anymore. No, Dragon Gorilla King, whatever you want to call him. We see him roaring there and everything like that. And there's one player who has not been mentioned for a while, at least on the show, and that's Grundy. Now, Grundy we know has been buried by Rick in the forest. I wonder if there's a plan to dig up Grundy, just in case of this. I wonder if that's going to happen there, because who's going to fight the gorilla? I mean, the gorilla's pretty freaking powerful. So it's either Rick, because he did fight Grundy, but then Stripes destroyed as well. So I guess it has to be Grundy. I'm going to put my money on Grundy because I think that makes sense for him to show up and then you just have two CGI monsters fighting each other. That makes more sense to me, but I don't know. There's no real setup for Grundy to be there, so maybe that happens throughout the episode. Now, of course, with this being what we believe to be the series finale, storylines are going to be a really weird thing because I think there's stuff that's been set up this season that was just intended to head into next season, and I don't think they're going to be able to wrap it up. There's just going to be like a really small wrap up thing. So in regards to storylines that do need to be wrapped up or could be wrapped up considering the unknown fate of the show at the time, I'm assuming Cindy's might. I think just because it's not a massive thing, I think she just has to find the right lab and she finds that cure. And maybe her dad even willingly gives it to her. Maybe the gorilla sides with the JSA. I'm not too sure because it is Dragon King. It is his daughter. Maybe there's some sort of, I don't know, guilt there or something. I don't think that'll be the case, but maybe they can get the cure off the gorilla's brain or Dragon King's brain within the gorilla, and then that allows Cindy to get fixed. That might happen. One person I don't think will be wrapped up is Rick's story with the hourglass stuff. That just seems like it was going to be an ongoing issue leading into next season. It'd be a big thing because he hasn't been there recently over the past couple episodes in regards to like a focus. So it seems like it was set up for him, something I had to deal with next season and sort of transition into back using the hourglass for an hour. But maybe there is a quick fix at the end of the season for that, where they just fix the hourglass and go, okay, Rick, you got to detox or something like that. But I think that would have been something that's set up for next season if there was going to be one. So yeah. And the last one I think is closure around Sylvester and Starman, and mainly Pat's baggage with that whole part of his life. We know that he had a bit of like a traumatic experience with it, like how he was treated and stuff like that. And then Sylvester's back in his life and now he finds out it wasn't really Sylvester. So I think closure around that will be something that's addressed. I think that'll be a strong thing for Pat to do and Pat to experience if he does survive as one of his last things on the show. So that could be addressed and wrapped up towards the end of the episode roughly. Now we knew that there was two endings shot for this season. One that was setting up season 4 if it did happen, and one that's like a bit of a soft closure. So with the ending, I do wonder whether it's like, because they're not going to end the JSA. I highly doubt they do that. So I think they just give us like a tease for what they're going to do going forward rather than like them showing us something. So maybe it's the JSA, like Corny, Rick, Yolanda, Beth, Pat, Mike, whoever it is. Maybe it's them saying that they're going to look for more members. Now, though it wasn't the real Sylvester saying it last episode, he does bring up the children or descendants or new mantle holders of JSA members from the past that aren't around anymore that did die. So maybe it suggests that the group leaves Blue Valley to find them, and maybe that was season 4's story. Like, it was them going to deal with that and building the JSA, and there was a larger thing. Even with the Helix Institute, they were setting up that they were going to go do their own thing as well. So maybe that's where things were going. Because Breck Bassinger, who plays Corny, said that season 4 was going to be crazy. So I wonder if it was because it was going to expand the show outside of Blue Valley, or maybe it was just because whoever the villain and threat was. We'll probably find out someday what they were planning, but for now it's a secret. I would hope that maybe in the weeks to follow next week, that maybe there's some interviews and stuff and they just go, whatever, we'll tell you, because we're nice like that and we'll let you know what we'll plan to do. Because otherwise people just keep thinking, oh, what if? You know, if you know what was going to happen, maybe it gives you some closure about the show ending. But yeah, no promo images. I mean, it's not a Stargirl trailer breakdown without promo images. I think we got them like maybe like 1 out of every 3 episodes maybe. So yeah, no promo images for the finale at this point. But thanks for watching. Last ever Stargirl trailer breakdown, most likely, unless there's a surprise savior by HBO Max or something, which I highly doubt. So thanks for tuning into Stargirl since season 1, if you have been watching since season 1. So that's all I can say. But obviously, we've still got one more video with the review next week, and I'm sure we'll enjoy that one. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome. Go drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below what you're looking forward to in this series finale of Stargirl. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.